Another scandal in real estate. What is going on? Now the police are involved. You're gonna wait to watch to the end because all is not as it seems and the news is not gonna pick this up. So what happened? $2.7 million of consumer deposits were used inappropriately by SaveMax. So SaveMax is a mid-tier brokerage. They do heavy work in Brampton and Mississauga, and RECO is issuing freeze orders on their trust accounts of 4 of their brokerages and revoking the registration of 2 of their owners. Now the reports say that the money used from the trust accounts were used for pretty much everyday business expenses, property management, paying taxes, credit card payments, other vendor expenses. Now this comes on the heel of the iPro scandal where $8 million was gone.
Fairy dust. It doesn't exist.
And Home Life and Rexit Realty, they also got freeze orders on their trust accounts. So using the money out of the trust account is the no-no. That's something you do not do. That's like touching your neighbor's spouse. You don't go that way, all right? And because it breaks trust, that money is protected in the trust account. So the fundamental issue here that the news is not going to pick up is the reason why they use that money. There is a serious liquidity drain in the real estate market right now, and mid-tier brokerages that are not set up to handle the storm, they're using that money to stay alive. So these brokerages that are taking money out of the trust account, they're not necessarily scammers. Yes, I understand they're from Brampton. I'm originally from Brampton too. I know how all that works. But the reason why there's a liquidity drain in the market right now is because the market went way up when it was not supposed to do that, and now it's coming way back down. That was all the pandemic response, and that's a topic for another day. So what's happening now? There's 400 agents that are affected with this, multiple deals that are in limbo right now. But listen, it's not all the agents that are making the issues here. It's the people at the top. And what I mean by people at the top are, I'm talking about the brokerage owners not playing by the rules, the Ontario real estate regulator, and the Ontario government that's not policing the police. And to be honest, I actually feel bad for the agents that are working with these brokerages here too, because listen, it's not their fault. There's bad apples in the bunch. Look at the news that happened yesterday with the Toronto police. These guys acting like they're in the Training Day movie. Like, come on. So it's not everybody. So what's the moral of the story? So the moral of the story is when you are looking to buy and sell or do anything in real estate, you need to vet the brokerage that you work with. You need to work with a top tier brokerage. For example, it doesn't necessarily have to be my company, but here's a quick example of what happened. So when my company was out of money, you know what my brokerage owner did? He sold his house. He sold his house to pay people that needed to be paid. So real estate can be a dangerous game if you don't have the right partners. What do you think happened? Comment below, follow for more.